News 46 is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community. News is also brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight on News 46, burglary suspects are arrested at gunpoint on the highway. Donald Trump shows his stuff in the Silver State, and the Dems get ready for a special fundraising dinner. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, February 24th, 2016. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. It was a sight to see this morning with guns drawn and traffic stopped as Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies conducted a felony arrest on Highway 160 for a burglary suspect who had stolen from a store earlier today.
Walk back to the side of my woods and I say stop. Stop. Keep coming. Keep coming. Stop. Back it down to your left. I say stop. Stop. Separate your feet. Further. Further. Hands all the way up. Don't move.
Numerous police vehicles converged upon a blue minivan earlier today on Highway 160 near Postal Road. With guns drawn, they took the suspects into custody for allegedly stealing a piece of jewelry from Monarch Jewelers earlier this morning. 3 people were taken out of the car at gunpoint. 2 were arrested. It all started around 10 a.m. when a female went into the store and reportedly stole a piece of jewelry when the clerk went into the back room for a brief moment. The incident is said to have been caught on video. The female, who has a record of petty theft and shoplifting, according to police, left her driver's license at the store and drove away northbound. The business owner also took down the description of the vehicle and the license plate number. Police were on the lookout and located the van just a few hundred feet from where the crime originally occurred almost 2 hours earlier. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies stopped traffic while they searched the vehicle and took the suspects into custody. A male and female were transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. Donald Trump notched a resounding win in the Nevada caucuses Tuesday. Not only was it a win in the Silver State, but it was a win with a huge margin. With all of the expected vote in, Trump dominated the race with 45.9%. Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz featured in another tight battle for second, with Rubio claiming 23.9% of the vote and Cruz 21.4%. We caught up with the leader of the Nye County Republican Central Committee today to find out more about last night's event.
The caucus was huge. We had about double the people that we had before, and we had planned on that. But we did have a couple of issues, and I wanted to address a couple of those. First of all, we're all in one place at Rosemary Clark Middle School. So that lends for difficulty with all the people that showed up for parking, especially those who are disabled, which is difficult. As well, we thought at one point in time we had run out of ballots, so we started printing additional ballots. As it turns out, we didn't run out. In fact, there was plenty. We had ballot tellers that were out handing ballots to precinct captains in sealed envelopes of 50. Well, some of those tellers, they ended up going into their own precinct meetings to caucus themselves, which is their right to do. And we didn't have in place communication from the precinct captains who needed those ballots to get them from the tellers who had moved on into their own precinct. So we did inevitably get that sorted out. That caused some issues which were immediately remedied in the plan for the future. The core group of volunteers, we got together until nearly midnight last night after everything was counted by 10 o'clock and went over a lot of these things. I'm still getting emails. A couple of people are upset based on some of the, I would call it a little bit of the minutia involved. But I also understand, so we're working to make that better for 2020. But nearly 1,750, 980 went to Donald Trump. After that, we had Cruz, then Rubio, and then on down the line. So it was not, Nye County was a little bit different in the percentages for the state overall, but most of the counties were.
Nevada Highway Patrol has sent an update regarding Monday night's fatal accident that closed Highway 160 for almost 5 hours. According to the report, at approximately 5:50 p.m., 3 Harley-Davidson motorcycles were traveling northbound on Highway 160 near mile marker 16 in Clark County when one rider attempted to pass a slower vehicle in his travel lane. The motorcycle rider hit a car in the opposite lane head-on, causing a multi-vehicle crash with the 2 other motorcycles and 1 other car. The 46-year-old male rider of that motorcycle, who is identified as Heath Vanstone from Las Vegas, succumbed to injuries sustained in the crash and was pronounced deceased on scene. The 50-year-old female driver and the 78-year-old male left rear passenger of one of the other vehicles was transported to UMC trauma by ground ambulance with serious injuries. The 77-year-old female right passenger of another car involved was transported to UMC trauma by Mercy Air with critical injuries. 1 other motorcycle rider was injured and transported by ground, and 1 other rider was uninjured. We'll return in just a moment with your Desert View Hospital health tip.